What's going on? No Fly Zone U community, man. What's going on? Get your seatbelts ready, ready to strap up some people, or maybe not. I don't know. Today we'll be looking at the week 1 of the CFL kickoff, I guess preseason. I'm in Canada, so this is near and dear to me in terms of the CFL and this type of football. Definitely a different style from the NFL, much larger field. Although the middle of the field is a bit more narrow, much larger end zones, but 3 downs too, so a lot more passing for the most part. Obviously, you got to be able to establish a run, but in this league, man, there's a lot of passing, a lot of scoring. So let's get into it, man. I think this one's gonna be a good one. Haven't really watched this one. I kind of just went through quickly to skim through if there was any defensive plays. So hopefully this is one for the defensive backs. Looks like it's going to be a pass play here. What we get here, guys, is the early motion. And for the guys who don't know what's going on back here with these receivers, these guys are eligible to be in motion, right? So they could run. They can run back and forth up here. Anything they want to do, they could run in circles if they wanted. Typically, they start back and they line probably like maybe 5 to 10 yards, depending on what kind of route and get off they're trying to get. So again, they're eligible. We have one more man too, so that's why we have 3 to this side, still with the ace back. And right now, what we're looking at right now is the shotgun. So what that means is the running back is offset to the quarterback's side, either the right side or the left side. He's standing beside him, basically. If he was standing behind him 1 yard, we would call that ace. All right, so right now we're getting a shotgun, shotgun. I would say ace, ace, ace in terms of the one back, okay? And we get a 32, 32 motion, motion, motion. We should be getting a call by this cornerback to let, these guys know what's going on. I don't know if they're in zone. It looks like they could be potentially in a zone coverage. And we'll see the play here now. Got the halfback looking in. We get the safety over top, and then the corner. This could be a halfback too. Motion. So right now, this is the new number 1 receiver. This is the new number 1 receiver. This is the new number 2 receiver. And this is the new number 3 receiver. Probably playing some type of zone discipline, or we'll see. I think maybe it could be man too. It's got to be one or the other. So it is some type of quarter zone, 1, 2, 3, and then I believe there's going to be a 4th guy here. Yep, 4. So we get some type of quarters, some type of quarter coverage. What we're looking at here from the DB, looks like he's looking at the ball. So he's in phase. He's hip to hip to the receiver. He's got hands. The only thing I don't like is he's not pressing. The only thing I don't like is doesn't look like he's really pressing. Oh, geez. So, what happens here is, again, this I see this commonly, especially at the levels that I coach, U18 and below, where DBs are in a good position for the most part. I mean, this corner's in a great position. He's obviously in phase with the receiver. He's able, because he's gotten phase early, he's able to track the ball himself. But for the most part, guys, we don't really practice too much tracking techniques, right? So, what I always tell my guys is always look in, let the receiver track the ball. Once you get clear signs, I would turn in to the receiver. I would always turn into the receiver. I never turn away from the receiver, because there could be slight push-offs and stuff like that. It's a 50-50 call, guys, and you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position when you put your back to the receiver as early as this guy, and who knows what the refs are seeing, what they're looking at during this time. So we really want to make sure that we, once we're in phase like this, my eyes are locked in on his eyes. I'm watching him until his eyes light up, his hands come through, and then I'm turning inside to him. Okay. At this pro level, you could turn away, you could turn outside, that's fine. But I'm just saying, for the youth level, for the guys who are in college who want to make the right play, the safe play, don't put yourself in a vulnerable position for the refs to make a judgment call. All right, it's always going to be 50-50, and it could be the slightest little touch, but it could be enough for this to happen. All right, and then this obviously receiver is climbing very, very high. He's climbing very high. Okay, the ref's standing right there, so I don't know if there's a push off or anything like that, but again, you want to make sure that he's doing the work for you, and then we turn into him. That way, at least, if anything, our body's in a better position for us to be in between him and the ball. Okay, but great play by the receiver, and this DB doesn't do a terrible job by no means. But again, just put himself in a vulnerable position. Another thing that you can look at, and another thing that you can do, looking back at the film, is when we get here, you we got to press him more. We got to press this receiver more with our body. So now we're in alignment. We want to be forcing him to the sideline with our body, leaning on him that hard. We should be leaning, 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 and forcing him out. We don't get much of a lean. It's more so we're trying to track and play the ball, and he's trying to track and play the ball. But there's really no establish of physicality here. We got to be able to press this guy and push him to the sideline, get our body on him, push him to the sideline, and that would also deter if we're in a position like this, guys. If not, we're looking in, okay, and then we're turning into him once we get our signs. All right, that's a good play, but again, they're both looking like they're receivers right now in this position, and obviously the receiver is always going to come up on top. I hope that we could take some stuff away from that, guys. Again, we're gonna be looking at some CFL tape, obviously NFL tape on this platform, but just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. More stuff to come. Again, we got some news and some good stuff coming in. In relation to reaction videos and stuff like that, where you guys can really learn outside of just the game of football, man. And then we'll get some health and other type of content up here as well. All right, man. Later.